The Big Dog Postgame Show is brought to you by Viener X Consulting. We make your company work. And by Rick Jacklich, the big dog himself, at the Jacklich Law Group. Strange ending, not a happy ending here in College Park. Maryland Falls 24-20. I'm Wayne Viener. That's Mason Viener. This is the Big Dog Postgame Show. Mason, it looked for a little bit like you were looking at a top 25 Maryland team, had the big lead, and then it evaporated. What did you see out there?
Yeah, I think once the targeting foul kind of set in on Sydney Stewart, and you're already down to Sear Taylor, you're down, Xavier Mathis goes down, you're down D.D. Holmes because of the off-the-field issues. There really wasn't a replacement without the pressure. You let a quarterback that likes to break the pocket and make things happen, break the pocket and make things happen. It's everything we talked about through the week. And then on the offensive side of the ball, I think he comes down, unfortunately, to the coaching and some things we've seen before, just not having a response, not really having something to go to, brutal drops, bad play calling, the abandonment of the run game.
Not really a solid run game to fall back on. Even early on, the Washington pass defense was pretty good. After the interception that started the game by Husky, they come down this way, and you can, up close, you could see how well Washington was covering us. Didn't have as many chunk plays as we had before, and when we needed one, we could not find one. We almost had one at the very end, but from 20-0 to 20-3 to that uh-oh moment, boy, did that come apart fast. You've coached a lot of games at different levels, I think we both have, and all of a sudden, nothing works. And I think that happened. You have a freshman relying on, I guess you really want to say senior receivers, a team that couldn't run the ball, and all of a sudden you're throwing the ball 2 yards to the tight end every play, and it stopped working. And there was no second gear for that.
I think that the Washington team had a really good game plan against Malik. They were leaving that deep middle open where you throw it over the guy, it's an interception, but if you can hit that ball, it's going to be caught. And at some point, we just kind of stopped throwing that after the interception. It sort of spooked us off of that. When it comes down to it, though, you have to feel for him. He kind of made the throw for the signature moment, and Farouk just couldn't gather it on the other end twice throughout this game. Look, it's disappointing all the way around, and it's really disappointing for the fans. It's really disappointing for the program, the admin, all the great things they've done. You're gonna look at next week and probably be looking at the same 35,000 people that showed up against NIU in Towson. We really had a chance to turn the page and kind of move on.
Well, we all know it, that when you come down to October, things go backwards around here, and it happened again. And you just could add this to another. They don't want to be overly negative. This team looked like they had the magic, and maybe there's still some magic there. It only is one game, but you go back to the Iowa game, the Penn State game, this game, that game. Every time the crowd builds up to this happens.
Well, I actually really felt echoes of like Michigan State last year, where we need like one first down. You need to move the ball a little bit. You needed to not implode in the secondary,
or they needed to make one mistake, and the quarterback dropped back and he bobbled the ball, and Zahir was in his face, and he recovers and makes a throw. And I said, there goes that moment. And Zahir was not in one piece at the end of that game either. We're going to go to break here, and we're going to have Bruce on the field for a moment. And of course, thanks to Viener X Consulting, your hometown IT team, enterprise technology management, it's what you need to run your business. And then it's the big dog himself, Rick Jacklich. We saw him before the game. Of course, everybody's hopes were so high for today, but that guy is an all-time Terp. We're talking about games that happened in the late 70s. So we'll go to break here. We'll be back in a moment in College Park. Viener X is the new face of Viener Forgate. Since 1991, Viener X has made your company work. Enterprise technology management delivers measurable value and real growth for our customers.
From technology planning to project execution, Viener X turns IT into a growth engine, helping you save time, control costs, and drive profits.
And we never forget, it's people first. Technology only matters when it empowers the user.
Viener X, enterprise technology, human first.
Sean O'Hare has not missed this year. 27-yard kick. Into the sunshine. So this is a big one here. 27 seconds to go in the quarter.
Bruce?
Yeah, you know, at the end of the first half when Stewart had that targeting foul, I just thought that why, of all people, him? Because he was such a disruptor. Even if he wasn't making a sack, they had to watch out for him and put extra coverage on him. And we stopped the run number one, the running back, until we couldn't stop him anymore. Right. I can't believe. What bothers me more than anything, Wayne and Mason, is the offense vanished. It vanished. They kind of gave up on the run. I'm not sure.
Boy, they did.
I'm not sure why. And then it just vanished. And of course, the drop at the end of the game. I felt sorry for the kid when he ran off the field.
Yep.
But it was an easily catchable ball.
Jaleel
What
Farouk.
yard line was it? About the 10-yard line?
About the 10-yard line.
I mean, that doesn't mean we'd have scored, but it certainly would have given us a shot.
It would have been a little more interesting when it ended.
But 20-3 at the end of 3 already was really 20-10.
Yeah.
They were getting ready to score. It really won 20-3. But no offense in that fourth quarter. And I don't know, maybe we just can't go for field goals. I don't know what the answer is to beat these good teams. And they didn't look good, Washington, the first 3 quarters.
I mean, when you had Sammy Stewart on one side, Sidney Stewart, and Sammy Stewart still pitching for the Orioles.
53.
Yeah. Sidney Stewart on one side, Zahir Mathis on the other, and there had no time. And the packet was collapsing, and it made them look bad. And when you can't do that, I thought there might have been a little more talent. Mason said they lost... is it Nasir Taylor?
Yeah.
To injury number 40. They lose D.D. Holmes, 56, to he wrecked his car while drinking, so he didn't play today. And then he lose Stewart, and all of a sudden they had nobody to play that end, and the defense stopped.
Well, Stewart was a big loss without question, and Malik wasn't that bad. I mean, he threw the interception, but when all was said and done, if he completes that one ball on the 10-yard line, they can run the clock out and score a touchdown.
Sure.
But
Maryland was ahead in the yardage. At the end, they're behind in passing 275 to 219. They're behind in rushing 115 to 52 or 53. They're behind in first downs. The fourth quarter.
It was 2 games. It was 2 games.
And that's, I think, what the Washington coaching staff said as they ran by us a few minutes ago. That was 2 games, and let's get out of here. They won the second game.
There's nothing to say. 5-0, 4-1. UCLA does not look like a pushover anymore.
No.
Because they handed it to Penn State, whose season is ruined.
It is now.
But what good is that doing us?
As they kick off the alma mater, which wraps up the show and the 5th quarter, Maryland falls 24-20. We will see you on the podcast later tonight. Of course, during the week, you can listen to the Sports Maven and to Terptalk on 1300 The Bet with Bruce Posner. We will see you after Nebraska back here at CQ Stadium next week. Good evening.